Hi and welcome to T10Nov2023 channel. My name is Syed. Here I am in the latest news for 10th November 2023. Saudi Foreign Minister received UK Foreign Secretary. Saudi Arabia's Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan received UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly on Wednesday in Riyadh, state news agency SPA reported. First Saudi relief plane departs to help Palestinians in Gaza. The first Saudi relief plane to help Palestinians in Gaza left on Thursday from the King Khalid International Airport in Riyadh, heading to Al Arish International Airport in Egypt in preparation for transportation to the basic territory. The plane is carrying 35 tons of relief and shelter material as part of the Saudi popular campaign to help Palestinian people in Gaza Strip. Saudi Foreign Minister received Jordan's Foreign Affairs Minister in Riyadh. Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan on Wednesday met with Jordan Minister of Foreign Affairs Ayman Safadi on the sideline of the Arab Foreign Minister preparatory meeting for the extraordinary section of the Arab Summit to be held in Riyadh. Tunisian Foreign Minister arrives in Riyadh for a special summit. Tunisia Minister of Foreign Affairs, Immigration and Tunisian Abroad Nabil Ammar and the accompanying delegation arrived in Riyadh Thursday to take part in the Saudi African Summit, Arab Extraordinary Summit and Islamic Summit. Saudi Arabia's Ambassador to Tunisia Abdul Aziz bin Ali Sakar welcomed Tunisian Ambassador to the Kingdom Hisham Faroti and other officials at King Khalid International Airport on Thursday. Turkey adding regional weight to extraordinary OIC summit on Gaza. Turkey is expected to add its weight to the extraordinary Organization of Islamic Cooperation summit on Gaza this Sunday, with President Tayyip Erdogan set to call for a ceasefire and security arrangement on Palestine. The summit aims to unite the position of OIC states on Palestine. Leaders from across the region are expected to attend, with Erdogan likely to act as a key player according to analysts. GCC states to introduce unified tourist visa. Interior ministers of the Gulf Cooperation Council state have unanimously approved the introduction of a unified Gulf tourist visa during their 40th meeting held in the Omani capital Muscat. The ministry also gave the green light for the launch of an electronic system linking traffic violation. Jasim Al-Budawi, Secretary General of the GCC, said the unified tourist visa scheme to be implemented within a specific timetable was a further sign of increased cooperation between the Gulf states. Bangladesh opposition voiced more protest amid crackdown on dissent ahead of election. Bangladesh main opposition party vowed on Thursday to continue protesting and demanding a free and fair vote under a caretaker government following deadly clashes and a crackdown on opposition politicians ahead of election in January. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party said more than 12,000 of its activists has been arrested since the October 28 protest demanding the resignation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, while at least a dozen others had been killed as protests turned violent. A police officer was among the dead and scores of others were injured. Indonesian President to meet Joe Biden push for end to Israel war on Gaza. Indonesian President Joko Widodo said on Thursday that he will push for an end to Israel war on Gaza when he met US President Joe Biden next week, as Tel Aviv continues its deadly onslaught of the enclave that he killed more than 10,000 Palestinian civilians. The world's fourth most populous nation, Indonesia, has been a stern supporter of Palestine for decades and does not have diplomatic relation with Israel. Refusal to ban marches in support of Palestine, British government and London police face off. The British government and London's police chief are at loggerhead over what will happen to a planned march in support of Palestine this weekend in London. The government has accused London police officer of being soft on left-wing issues. The protest in London on Saturday has created a conflict between the police and the government. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said he would hold police accountable if the protest went wrong, after police said there was insufficient grounds to ban the protest in London. Europe's largest protests have taken place in London since the Israeli bombardment of Gaza began after the Hamas attack. Every week, millions of protesters gather in London to demand an immediate end to Israel attack on Gaza. Maulana Fazlur Rahman, head of Pakistan religious and political party Jamaat-e-Ulema Islam, had said that even today he has close relation with Muslim League and Nawaz and there may be an alliance with them. Maulana Fazlur Rahman was asked during conversation with international media representative in Islamabad on Wednesday if we could have an electoral alliance with the Nawaz League. There is a close community and it is still close to us. In response to another question, Maulana Fazlur Rahman said that he had recently returned from abroad, after which he had no contact with Nawaz Sharif. Tehreek-e-Insaf condemns the alleged enforced disappearance of party leader Ali Nawaz. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has strongly condemned the enforced disappearance of the party's additional Secretary General and former MN Ali Nawaz. On Thursday, the PTI spokesperson claimed in a statement that Ali Nawaz's enforced disappearance was a link in the shameful chain of kidnapping for statement. The spokesman termed the alleged forced disappearance of party leader and workers before the general election on a conspiracy to keep Tehreek-e-Insaf out of the electoral field. According to the spokesman, another incident of state terrorism on the occasion of the birth anniversary of the poet of the East, Allama Iqbal, is extremely shameful and an open insult to the vision of the state of the founder of Pakistan. French President Macron opens Gaza Aid Conference with appeal to Israel to protect civilians. French President Emmanuel Macron opened a Gaza Aid Conference on Thursday with an appeal for Israel to protect civilians as it fights Hamas, saying all lives have equal worth and the fighting terrorism can never be carried out without rules. The gathering in Paris brought together officials from Western and Arab nations, the United Nations and non-governmental organizations with the aim of providing urgent aid to civilians in Gaza Strip that is being prodded by Israel in its war against Hamas. Israeli authorities were not participating in the talks, Mr. Macron's office said. Russian President Vladimir Putin visits Kazakhstan, part of his efforts to cement ties with ex-Soviet neighbors. Russian President Vladimir Putin visited Kazakhstan on November 9, part of his efforts to cement ties with the ex-Soviet neighbor and major economic partner in the midst of tension with the West over Ukraine. India to be added to UK safe states list, ruling out asylum rights for illegal migrants from the country. The UK government has stable plans to add India to an expanded list of safe states, which would speed up the process for returning Indians who travel from the country illegally and rule out their chance of seeking asylum in Britain. Draft legislation laid in the House of Commons on November 8 includes India and Georgia as the country to be added to the list. The UK Home Office said the move is aimed to strengthening the country's immigration system and help prevent abuse by people making unfounded protection claims. Bihar Assembly passes bill to increase caste quota from 50% to 65%. Bihar Assembly on November 9 unanimously passed the rise in the reservation quota for backward, extremely backward classes, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes from the existing 50% to 65%. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar assured the House members that his government would be implementing the provision of the bill as soon as possible. Bills providing the same reservation in education, institution and government jobs drafted in view of the caste survey conducted by the state government recently, two were passed unanimously through voice vote in the state assembly. The amended bill will now be sent to the governor for his assent before it became a law. Indian Supreme Court directs High Court to monitor expeditious trial of criminal cases against MPs and MLAs. The Indian Supreme Court on Thursday gave Chief Justice of High Court the responsibility to form a special bench each in their high courts to maintain a constant vigil over the criminal trials of members of parliament and legislative assemblies, some of them accused of crime punishable with death or life imprisonment, and ensure they reach the finish line. A three-judge bench headed by Chief Justice of India D.V. Chandrachud months ahead of the general election in 2024 spurred the state high court into action to prevent criminals from downing the mantle of lawmakers in the country. Supreme Court attends the judicial vacancy as pendency close to 80,000. The Supreme Court welcomed 3 new judges on Thursday, taking the judicial strength to its sanctioned capacity of 34, even as the pendency clock on the National Judicial Data Grid dashboard threatened to hit a high of 80,000 cases in the next 24 hours. That's all in today's headlines. Keep watching TTN Info TV SK channel by subscribing and do hit the bell icon to receive notification and more updates.